My girlfriend said, "Leave if you want. You'll be back begging within a month," after humiliating me in front of her friends. I replied, "Start counting." Then I moved to another city for my dream job and tripled my salary. A few weeks later, she called me. "Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks." Looking back, I ignored so many red flags I could have opened a flag store. Vanessa had been chipping away at me for months, and I'd been too stupid, or maybe too hopeful, to see it for what it was. Little comments here, dismissive gestures there. Each one small enough that calling it out felt like overreacting. But they added up. Like the time her company threw a happy hour and she invited me to meet her work friends. I showed up ready to make a good impression. Her friends were already there, Jessica, Amber, and Qley. All marketing people, all dressed like they were hitting a club. Jessica greeted me first. "Oh, you must be Ethan. Vanessa's told us so much about you. Good things, I hope. She says you're very stable." The way she said it made it sound like a disease. When someone asked what I did, Vanessa jumped in before I could answer. "He does software stuff. Tech things. Honestly, I don't really understand it." She laughed, and her friends laughed with her. "Software engineering," I corrected. "I work on back-end systems for C." Vanessa interrupted, touching my arm. "He gets so technical. It's adorable. Adorable. Like I was a kid showing off a crayon drawing." I let it go. They weren't tech people. They didn't need to understand. But it stung. Then there was the money conversation. We'd been talking about taking a vacation, and I'd suggested we save up a bit more first. "You're always so worried about money," she said, rolling her eyes. "We're fine. I'm just trying to be responsible. You make decent money. I make more. Between us, we're doing great." There it was. Casual as anything. I make more. She did make more. About $90,000 plus commission as a marketing manager. But she also hadn't paid rent in the year she'd been living in my apartment. She contributed maybe $200 a month for groceries when she remembered. "You know I pay for the apartment, right?" I said, "And I appreciate that. But come on, Ethan, it's not like you're struggling. You're just careful. Too careful sometimes." I wanted to point out that careful was why the rent was always paid. That careful was why we had any savings at all. But I didn't. I let it go. Big mistake. Another time, we were at her friend Qley's birthday thing. Some rooftop bar with $20 cocktails and a dress code I barely met. I was talking to some guy about his startup when Vanessa pulled me aside. "You need to stop doing that," she said. "Doing what?" "Talking about work. People's eyes glaze over when you start going on about code and systems." He asked what I did. I was answering. You were boring him. I could see it. She squeezed my arm. "Just talk about normal things. Sports. Travel. Not work. You talk about work constantly. That's different. Marketing is interesting. People get it." She kissed my cheek. "I'm just trying to help you make a good impression." So I spent the rest of the night talking about sports I didn't follow and trips I couldn't afford because I was paying rent for an apartment I basically lived in alone. All of this was building to something, but I didn't see it. Or maybe I did, and I just didn't want to believe it. Then I got the job offer. It came in an email that changed everything. A tech company in Austin. Senior software engineer. $185,000 base salary. I was making $68,000 at the time. This wasn't just a raise. It was a completely different life. I told Vanessa that night over dinner. I got a job offer. Senior engineer role in Austin. She barely looked up from her phone. "Austin? Like Texas?" "Yeah. Incredible opportunity. The salary alone is triple what I make now." She laughed. "You're not seriously considering moving to Texas?" "I am. It's the kind of role I've been wanting for years." "Ethan, be serious. My job is here. My friends are here. We have a life. You can't just uproot everything for more money." "It's not just more money. Your job is fine," she said, picking up her phone again. "You're just having one of your moments. You'll feel different tomorrow." I didn't feel different the next day, or the day after that. But I also didn't push it. I had 2 weeks to decide. I figured we'd talk more about it. We didn't. And then came the dinner party. Vanessa had asked me to cook. She always did when her friends came over because, as she put it, "You're actually good at it, and I'm not." I spent 2 hours making salmon with roasted vegetables and homemade pasta while she got ready. Makeup, hair, changing outfits 3 times. Her friends showed up right on time. Jessica, Amber, and Qley dressed like they were going to a photo shoot. Ethan's playing chef tonight, Jessica announced, like it was hilarious. Yeah, he's useful for that, Vanessa said, laughing. I brought out the food. They barely acknowledged it. Dinner started fine. They talked about work, about influencer drama, about some Miami trip they were planning. I ate and listened, trying to find a way into the conversation. Then Amber turned to Vanessa. So, did you close that luxury car deal? Not yet, but I'm in final negotiations. It's a $200,000 contract. That's insane. You're killing it. Qley looked at me. What about you, Ethan? Still doing the computer thing? Software engineering, yeah? Actually, I just got offered a senior position. Vanessa cut me off. He's thinking about moving to Texas for it. She laughed. Like that's actually going to happen. The table went quiet. Amber raised her eyebrows. Wait, you'd move for a job? What about Vanessa? It's a really good opportunity, I said. Triple my current salary. Jessica leaned forward. Triple? What do you make now? Like $50,000. $68,000. Qley actually laughed. Oh honey, that's cute. Vanessa, didn't you say you make like $90,000? Plus commission, yeah. Vanessa was smiling now. So yeah, I make more than him. Which is why this whole Texas thing is ridiculous. I'm kind of the breadwinner here. The words hit like a punch to the gut. You don't pay rent, I said. The table went dead silent. Vanessa's smile vanished. Excuse me. You haven't paid rent in a year. I cover the apartment, utilities, groceries. You contribute maybe $200 a month. Her face went red. Oh my God. Are you seriously doing this in front of my friends? This is pathetic. I'm just stating facts. No, you're being petty because you're embarrassed. She turned to her friends, laughing nervously. Can you believe this? Amber shifted uncomfortably. Maybe we should. No, Vanessa snapped. Let's talk about it. Ethan, if you're so unhappy, then leave. Go to Texas. Take your little job offer and see how far you get without me. Without you. Yeah. You think you're hot shit because one company made you an offer? Please. You're boring, Ethan. You spend your weekends playing video games and writing code. I'm the one with the social life. The connections. The actual career trajectory. Without me, you're just some guy who sits in front of a computer all day. Jessica looked at her plate. Vanessa, I don't think. No, let me finish. She was on a roll now, voice getting louder. He's been moping about this offer for weeks like it's some huge dilemma. Here's the reality. You won't take it. You're too scared. You'll stay here, keep your safe little job, and keep cooking my dinners because that's who you are. You need me to be interesting. I put down my fork. My hands were shaking, but my voice was steady. So you think I need you? I know you do. She leaned back, crossing her arms. And honestly, leave if you want. You'll be back begging within a month when you realize how lonely Texas is without anyone who actually cares about you. I stared at her. At this woman I'd spent 2.5 years with, who I'd supported and cooked for and cleaned up after. And I saw her clearly for the first time. I stood up. Start counting. She blinked. What? You said a month. Start counting today. I walked to the bedroom and grabbed my laptop bag and keys. My heart was pounding, but I felt eerily calm. Vanessa followed me to the door, laughing nervously. Where are you going? You're being dramatic. Out. Ethan, sit down. My friends are here. Your friends just watched you humiliate me. Enjoy the rest of your dinner. I opened the door. This is exactly what I'm talking about, she called after me. You can't handle confrontation. You run away. I turned around. I'm not running away. I'm leaving. There's a difference. I walked out and closed the door behind me. I drove to a hotel. Checked in. Sat on the bed for 20 minutes staring at nothing. Then I opened my laptop and replied to the Austin offer. I accept. When can I start? Response came 15 minutes later. 2 weeks work for you? We'll handle all relocation. I confirmed. Then I sat there alone in that hotel room and let myself feel it. The anger, the hurt, the humiliation of being talked down to in front of her friends while eating food I'd spent hours cooking. But also something else. Clarity. She was right about one thing. I was stable, reliable, careful, but I wasn't boring. I wasn't someone who needed her to be interesting. I was someone who just accepted a job that would triple my salary and change my entire life. And she wasn't invited. The next morning, I went back to the apartment while Vanessa was at brunch with her friends. Packed my essentials, clothes, laptop, important documents, toiletries, everything I'd need for the next 2 weeks. Then I wrote a note. Took the job. Moving to Austin in 2 weeks. Lease is in my name. You have 30 days to find a new place. I'll pay this month's rent to give you time. After that, you're on your own. Ethan left it on the kitchen counter with my key. Vanessa called 6 times that afternoon. I didn't answer. She texted, "Are you serious? You're throwing a tantrum over one dinner." I replied once, "Not a tantrum. A decision. You have 30 days. You can't just kick me out. We've been together over 2 years. Lease is in my name. You never paid rent. Legally, you're not a tenant. 30 days is generous. This is insane. My friends think you've lost your mind." I blocked her number. She called from Jessica's phone. Blocked that too. She showed up at my office. Security called up. "There's a Vanessa here to see you. Tell her I'm in a meeting. She says it's urgent. Tell her to leave or I'll file for harassment." She left. The next 2 weeks blurred together. I gave notice at my current job. My boss was disappointed but understanding. My team threw me a goodbye lunch. Turns out they actually liked me, respected me, thought I was good at what I did. Funny how I'd forgotten what that felt like. I hired movers and made arrangements for Austin. The company set me up with a relocation specialist who found me a great apartment downtown, modern, clean, walking distance to the office. Vanessa tried everything. Texts from different numbers. Emails. She got her mom to call. "Ethan, this is ridiculous," her mom said. "Vanessa made a mistake, but you're being cruel. She has nowhere to go. She has 30 days. That's more than most people get. You're going to regret this when you're alone in Texas." Maybe, but I'll be making $185,000 a year while I regret it. I hung up. The day before I left, Vanessa showed up at the apartment while I was loading the moving truck. "You're really doing this," she said. She looked terrible. No makeup, eyes red, hair pulled back. "I am. Over what I said at dinner. You're that petty. Petty is humiliating your boyfriend in front of your friends while he cooks you dinner. This is just consequences." I didn't mean it. I was drunk and showing off. I know. That makes it worse. What does that even mean? It means that's what you really think of me. You just usually have the sense not to say it out loud. She started crying. "Please. We can fix this. I'll apologize to everyone. I don't care what you tell them." "Then what do you want?" "Nothing. From you, I want nothing." I got in my car. She stood there crying in the parking lot as I pulled away. I didn't look back. Austin was everything I needed it to be. The apartment was perfect. Modern, clean mine. No one else's clothes in the closet. No one else's mess. Just my space. The job was incredible. Smart team, collaborative environment, exciting work. My first week, my manager pulled me aside. "Just want to say, we're really glad to have you. Your interview was one of the strongest we've had." I almost didn't know how to respond. It had been so long since someone had said something like that. My first paycheck hit $7,150 after taxes and benefits. That was more than I used to make in a month. Every 2 weeks, I bought new furniture, a proper desk setup, a real bed, art for the walls, joined a rock climbing gym, made friends, got invited to a climbing trip, went to a tech meetup, met people who understood what I did, who got excited about the same problems I was solving. I started remembering who I was before Vanessa convinced me I was boring. Through mutual friends, I heard updates. Vanessa had moved back in with her parents. Couldn't afford an apartment on her $90,000 salary when she actually had to pay rent. Her friends had stopped inviting her out. The dinner party incident had spread. Jessica apparently called it so cringe. She'd lost the car brand deal. Her work performance had tanked. She'd been asking everyone for my new number, my new address. I didn't care. For weeks after I moved, my phone rang. Austin area code. Didn't recognize the number. I almost didn't answer. "Hello. Ethan. Oh my God, you answered." My stomach dropped. "Vanessa, how did you get this number?" "I'm in Austin. I flew down. I needed to see you." "How did you get my address?" "Mark gave it to me." "Please, I'm downstairs. Can I come up?" "Mark. I'd deal with him later." "No. Please." I flew all the way here. I went down to the lobby. She was sitting in a chair, looking rough. Tired. Not her usual polished self. "Nice building," she said when she saw me. "What are you doing here, Vanessa?" I needed to apologize. That dinner was a mistake. I was drunk and insecure, and I took it out on you. I didn't mean any of it. You said I was boring, that I need you to be interesting, that I'd be back begging. I was wrong. Look at you, new city, new job, new place. You're thriving. And I miss you. I miss us. I could get a job here. We could start fresh. I stared at her. You think I want you to move here? We were good together. Before I screwed up, I was insecure about your offer because it made me feel small. But I'm different now. Different how? I had to move back with my parents. My friends don't talk to me. I lost the car deal. Work's been awful. Everything fell apart without you. So you came here because you're desperate. I came here because I love you. No. You loved having someone to cook your dinners and pay your rent while you told your friends how much more successful you were. That's not fair. You made $90,000 and contributed $200 a month while calling yourself the breadwinner. She was crying now. I know. I was terrible. But people make mistakes. Don't I deserve a second chance? You told me I'd be back begging within a month. It's been 4 weeks. Here you are. In Austin. Begging. Don't be cruel. I'm not being cruel. I'm being honest. You wanted me to stay small so you could feel big. Now I'm actually successful and you can't handle it. That's not true. You want me to be successful, but not more successful than you. That's why you hated the offer. Please, she whispered. Just give me another chance. No. Just like that. Just like that. I flew all the way here. I looked at her and felt nothing. You said I'd be lonely in Texas without anyone who cares. Turns out I made friends. Got invited to a climbing trip. My team actually respects what I do. I'm not lonely at all. Are you seeing someone? That's none of your business. Her face twisted. So you just moved on? Replaced me that fast. I didn't replace you. I upgraded my entire life. You were part of the old version. I turned toward the elevator. You'll regret this, she called. I flew all the way here. I looked back one last time. Start counting. The elevator doors closed. 2 months later, I got a LinkedIn message. Vanessa Morrison, saw your promotion to lead engineer. Congrats. You were right about everything. I hope you're happy. I read it once. Didn't respond. Closed LinkedIn. My phone buzzed. Text from my climbing buddy. Still on for the meetup tonight? Yeah, I'll be there. I grabbed my keys and headed out into the Austin sun. Never thought about her again. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.